center. Game plan sick, talking under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. About money like with Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything mooey, that mean the price varies. Need that designer cream shit and all Ben and Jerry's. Cream get the money like 36 chambers. Baskin Robbins shit, 31 flavors. Keep it moving.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Everything on me. Yeah, tell him Bogart scot-free. Like daddy. Fuck with blow shoot, trolling vibe Molly. Heard I carry weight, move packs like a dolly. And I stay fuming, clock me doing Godspeed. Business booming, back-to-back trips, moving multiple units. Got mules, got universal soldiers, getting money for sure. Yeah, we ain't shrugging shoulders. You think I'm lucky getting over, made it far, cause I'm sharp, fuck a 4-leaf clover. On my 89, minus the flat top. Getting packs off, smoking on the cash crop. Money talk, if you're broke, then you can't talk. Play a never-ending ball game, Sandlot.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Getting money when I land there. Smoking all loud so I can't hear. And if your boys bring the noise, all y'all pussies getting scraped pap smear. Codeine got me leaning, trapeze. Put your boy on point, pyramid of Giza. I'ma rock like this till I'm an old geezer. No pizza parlor, but we deliver pizzas. Ask Uncle Sam, I'm taxing. Look, ma, no hands, telepathic. I can make things move, I'm carefully calculated when I make these moves. I run shit, don't let me get loose. I'm all about my decks, trying not to get goosed. Keep it moving. Hey!
What it do?
Top of the top. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, fellas.
Top of the AM.
Hey. It's been, call me crazy. February, like that, huh?
You ain't lying.
I mean, we got like a week left and February's already gone. And we're entering the third month of the first quarter of the year. Look at that. Well, speaking of that, you are definitely tuned in to another live Black History Month Friday edition of the Wake Your Game Up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a conspiracy, huh? Why they gotta give it to the shortest month? I'm just saying, it's a lot of history, you know? I'm just saying, you know, it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? You know, America. I've been kind of going down the rabbit hole on accident of Christopher Columbus. And because I was going down this rabbit hole of the Knights Templar.
You mean Cristobal Colon?
Yeah, and look at this. So he wasn't even trying to work for the Spanish. He
he got with. First of all, he heard about these big old treasures from the Knights Templar, right? So then he bops at this one broad because she's like the niece of like this uncle and also she was the daughter and the niece of like these high-ranking Templar Knights members, whatever. And she had in her possession all kind of letters and maps and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So he married the broad, and then he was super more convinced. So he goes to Portugal, which I found out during this whole rabbit hole going down. They're a Knights Templar state. Like this Portugal was built on the Knights Templar. Anyways, Portugal. He tries to sell Portugal on funding his exhibition. He's like, hey, look, fund my shit because there's definitely something on the other side of the Atlantic. And they're like, duh, because Portugal and the Knights Templars, they've already been there and had vaults over there, and they've been working with West African tribes have been there, all kind of shit, and and the natives over there were already friendly to the Templars. So then Columbus is hot. He's like, man, fuck that. So he goes to the ops. He goes to Spain, who's funking with Portugal, and he gets Queen Elizabeth to fund his shit. But then he puts Knights Templar symbols on his flags. So when he pulls up on the natives, they're friendly to him. See? And he steals all the credit.
Top of the morning, Dennis.
I discovered it.
That's interesting.
Top of the morning, the Ginger Ninja.
Yeah, shout out to Dennis, man. Top of the morning. Happy Friday. And my 12-year-old now, this is a couple years ago when we first moved here, when she was still in elementary school, they did an assembly, it was like called Around the World History or something like that. And it starts off, it's like it's some indigenous people, the kids are playing these indigenous people, and like, oh yeah, and then there's Columbus. Yeah, I discovered it. And then my daughter, she plays the history police. That was her character. She goes, blows the whistle. Now, Columbus was actually not the first to discover it. And they talk about the Moors. I was like, oh, snap, they tell you all about the Moors? Because, that's one thing they never taught us in history, because, of course, they didn't want to have a crazy, powerful story about it.
I learned about the Moors in my Spanish class in high school, like their actual Spanish.
That's badass because we're only 500 years removed from the Spanish getting back Spain from the Moors.
Yep.
Like the Moors took over Sicily, took over Spain, they took over a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And they were like very awesome as rulers. They came in there like striking deals, like, hey, look, we can go to war, but what we really trying to do is come in here and build your economy. And of course, they wanted to build mosques everywhere because they were Islamic. They're like one of the earlier Islamic powerhouses to spread across the world type of shit. You know what I mean? And the Moors were everywhere. In China, they're in the Americas. You know what I mean? Like you ever look at them old school Asian paintings, like old school Chinese dynasty paintings, and you'll have like an all black dude in there, like, but color black, not like dark brown, like all black. And you think like, oh, what is he, like a demon or something? No, that was a Moor. They just painted the motherfucker with the black paint. You know what I mean? When they depicted them, these motherfuckers, and they were known to have the knowledge of the universe, and even like legend had magic powers. But what's magic when it's things that can't be explained, right? Like, say a motherfucker had knowledge of like some anti-gravity frequency shit, or you know what I mean? They making shit float, and they're like, whoa, magic, you know what I mean? You might bow down to a motherfucker like that, or be like, you know what? Okay, so what's this deal you're talking about again, right? You know what I mean? Maybe we don't want to go to war with these guys. Making shit levitate. Oh, you ever heard of the dudes that used to carry the ark of the covenant, right? It was like several tons, right? It's like, how the fuck could two people carry this shit? And they're called like the Leviites, right? That's what those guys are called, like the Leviates or Leviites or something like that. Look at the root word. Levitate.
The Levites.
The Levites. There you go.
Yeah.
Levitate. They're like they had some kind of knowledge. How is this two motherfuckers carrying this shit?
It's there. Yeah, I didn't know it was supposed to weigh that much.
Yeah. And like, I started going down the rabbit hole of what they believe the contents was inside. Because they said, like, first of all, they said, according to this guy, Timothy Hogan, it's an awesome rabbit hole because now that he's older and technology and all that shit, he has these reasonings why he's just sharing all the Templar secrets. And like, he was like, I sent it to JD and I was like, my bad, bro. Don't watch it, actually. He's like, why? I was like, because they talk about Oak Island. He's like, oh, that's my shit. And I was like, yeah, don't watch it then. Because like in the joint, he's like, yeah, you know, he's like, I know there's a show about Oak Island, but yeah, we already cleaned that out back in the 1700s before the Revolutionary War. Because like they have vaults everywhere, like treasure vaults. And these, you know, it's not just like treasures of gold and stuff like that. It's like knowledge and, you know, scrolls and scriptures and priceless artifacts. And you know what I mean? So, and they said they had 6 vaults around the world. And now there's only 2. They consolidated them down to 2. And he says they're both in the Americas. It's pretty badass.
Nice.
Yeah, he was on the Y because the guy from the Y Files sat down with him, and because that guy's he's doing like sit down like content now, like instead of just like the whole story edited versions of the Y Files with Hecklefish. Now he has this thing where he's sitting down with the motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Pretty good.
Yeah, they're really good. Send me down a lot of rabbit holes because I can just pause it and be like, "What did he say there?" You know what I mean? Start, you know, what the Leviates, and then they talk about alchemy and all the how like gold is like gold alloys and like not just melting. There's a process called like carcening or fuck. It's when you burn something down to the ashes, but you extract. You're even able to extract from the ashes, and then so they do this with gold apparently. And then like they would make it would turn into this white powder and they would bake like goods with it. And the pharaohs would eat this shit. And apparently it would like, you know, like because gold is already like a crazy conductant. Like it's a very specific conductant. You know what I mean? Like, so anyways, and then they would ingest this thing, the pharaohs, and it was like healing properties and long life. And, you know, it was the foods of the gods, apparently. But yeah, and like
says, the new long format of Wi-Fi was great.
Yeah, shout out to Johnny. Oh, I almost wore the Anunnaki shirt again. I just did the laundry, but I was like, I wore it last week. I don't want to play it out. But yeah, super badass. That I actually sent it to Johnny, and Johnny was like, yeah, he's like, I already watched half of it. I was like, cool, watch it so we can talk about it. Because the Knights Templar shit is badass. Like that National Treasure movie. That was badass. That was like, I think ever since the Goonies, me personally, I've always had an infatuation with like treasure hunt stories. You know what I mean?
I recently put my kids on the National Treasure movies.
They're really good.
My son's first reaction was like, his name is really Benjamin Franklin Gates. Like he was all pissed off about that.
It's like, see, that's what's cool about the writers, right? Because they're like, all right, let's write. We got to come up with these fictional characters, but you know, somehow write them into nonfiction canon.
Speaking of fictional characters and stuff, here's an update of the page 1 is just about complete finally.
Yeah. Does he have a working title for this yet?
Yeah, everything's done. Like he's super advanced. Like I'm just slow. So he's got like 3 issues done almost already.
Oh, that's dope. I asked him, I was like, let me write it when you get deeper into it. I was like, let me write an episode. He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, okay. He said, yeah, too easy. Like, I was like, oh no, now he thinks I'm good. You know what I mean? Like okay, I'll wait till he gets like 4 or 5 in.
Damn, that looks good, Peacock.
Yeah, that shit. Phenomenal.
It's tough to see because it's not like a digital share on my iPad. I haven't exported the image yet, but there it is.
That is a killer. The graphics on that is and it's amazing.
And he drew that shit.
I know. I know. That's
Everything's
why
drawn by
I'm mind blown on that. I can't lie. It's mind blown that.
I'm gonna put in tiny like patrolmen there and up on top of the building too.
It's to me, it's the detail. That's all I got. It's the detail.
The details on page 1 are out of this world, ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, when you were talking about how like you found this program that allows you to like pixelate like the big like the big dogs, so you can really get in the details.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I've been working on this one page for almost 2 weeks, but now that this is done, it's tone and I'm ready to do like the easy stuff. The easy stuff is sketching out little scenes of people talking to each other and stuff like that. Like doing a whole city and incorporating all the things like the vehicles, like the slogans, like, you know, patrolmen, different types of like trying to figure out
he has the different slogans to brainwash
like
people.
all this stuff is it's a lot of research.
So it's not quite dystopian. It's some kind of topian, right? But
It's
like
near,
controlled.
it's near future, like not so distant future.
Oh, okay.
And you know, it kind of scares me. This guy knows what's going on behind the scenes in the world.
Yeah.
He might be trying to tell us something.
So I barely got like the speech bubbles down, and then like I didn't know how I was gonna do like the slogan at the top to make it look like the drones were announcing something to the entire city. So I had to do a lot of research and figure out how I'm gonna do a page layout just for the page. It took me 2 weeks. But the other ones I'm already in my head. Like while I'm working on this page, I already have an idea of how the next few pages are gonna go.
Maybe like there's like maybe they're like a holographic image of the ruler or whoever's in charge of announcing the shit or something.
Yeah, well, the way Clock did it, like I have directions for 32 pages already. So he's telling me what he wants in the scenes, but he's not giving me specifics on like camera angles.
Okay, so he gives you the layout and it can just let you kind of construct it. Well, because also that way you know you have references.
Yeah, because like next page, for example, will be like the outside of the ICE substation, right? That's one panel. Next panel would be a bunch of people. He put a substation in there, didn't he? A bunch of people waiting in line to, well, ICE stands for something else. It's different, but kind of the same. And then there's like people waiting in line. I like it though, because it's a not so subtle, like, it's like a not so subtle jab though. It's like, it's not ICE, sure. It's ICE. Most definitely, most definitely. And then there's people waiting in line calmly in panel 2 to get their face scanned. And then panel 3 on this same page is like an alert going off on some dude's retina scan or something. And then panel 4 is at like an ICE officer asking him to step aside. And that's one page. And then the next page is like homeboy gets frozen up with the high-tech weapons. So I need to like in my head on that next page, like, okay, what are these guns gonna look like? You know, like all that kind of thing. So I got to design the weaponry, and then I got to keep that in like a folder where like so like everything stays consistent. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just like draw a dude with a gun. It's way more than that. Maybe
like we do have an array. We are living in the day and age of ghost guns.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a freeze type gun with no bullets that stops you in your tracks, type of deal.
Like the Moses staff.
Yeah, in a sense, but it's like weaponized into a gun type form.
Well, because you know that's what they said that like, well, the Akhenaten also and Moses and the other people they said that they had the staff and they could just freeze everyone, just like they were suspended in time. And it's funny because it's like when you read these things in like in the old literature, the ancient literatures, it's like it's like magic. Like no, they could have just had some tech. You know what I mean? And we didn't know about.
Near final. I think I'm going to export this and send it to Clock. That way he can tell me what he thinks about it. He's seen some pictures.
This is fucking dope.
But like to see this on a page, it's going to be printed out and it'll be bigger than this. The comic page is slightly bigger, a little taller. So the detail I think is going to come through real nice.
Do you guys already have an outlet to press these up when it's?
Yeah, he texted me a couple days ago that he already has a publisher.
Sick. Hey, Clock is super dope. I remember he was trying to write an actual like novel first, and then like
I'm treating this like a graphic novel, you know.
Remember he was sending us like when he was fooling with the AI at first. He was trying, it is a graphic novel, but he was like writing the whole. First he said he wanted to write a series, right? I was like, oh, sick, and then he was like, I'm totally trying to rip off. A Dune lightweight. I was like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? But it's funny. It's like, who's not ripping off Dune to a degree? I came to find that out. Like
Star Wars ripped off.
Yeah,
Dune
Star Wars definitely. I came to find out, like, totally lifted from I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
because the
it
Dune
just
novel came
became
out in
cool.
the 50s or 60s, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
Dune,
And
like
then
the
it was
books.
adapted into a movie by David Lynch that was done not really well in the 80s.
Yeah, when Star Wars was already like big shit.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause I
Yeah, the
remember
budget wasn't big enough, and he couldn't shrink the story down into like a 2-hour film in the 80s, but it's still done pretty well. I like David Lynch is one of my favorite directors. So
cool.
rest in peace.
Oh, that's right. You did the film school shit for a while
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
David
I did.
Lynch. And what other joints would I be familiar with?
Mulholland Drive. That's like a 1950s noir set in LA.
I like noir shit.
Yeah, that's probably one of his most famous ones. But Nick
And
Cage
just
was
a bunch
in.
of narration in the guy's head, stuff like that.
Not necessarily. This is more. Well, maybe yeah. There's probably some of that, but
Is
not
he like
all.
a detective?
Yeah, definitely like one of those.
Yeah, because like that's what I appreciated about that the newer take on Batman, because they took more of a noir approach, like where he's kind of quietly thinking in his head, doing detective shit. You know what I mean?
That's what Batman's supposed to be about. You know,
Exactly, right?
But yeah, he also did Blue Velvet with Dennis Hopper comes out there, and some Italian actress, Rosalind Bellini, I believe. I forget her name, but
You know,
really hot chick.
I
Yeah,
don't. My
he
kind
he
of
did Lost Highway with Justin Theroux. Laura Dern comes out in a lot of his stuff. I did a movie called Inland Empire, was one of his last ones in 2000.
the Inland Empire. Oh shit! And
He
these
did
places don't count.
yeah, he does a lot of meta movies about Hollywood. They're all like meta, like crazy. He did another one with Nick Cage, Laura Dern, and Willem Dafoe called Wild at Heart. That one's crazy. Willem Dafoe is meant to look like a dickhead, literally, and then he gets his head blown off by a shotgun, which is crazy.
Hold on. He makes his head literally. He makes his head look like a dick.
The director, David Lynch, with this character, Willem Dafoe, he purposely makes the guy look like a dickhead, literally. Like he puts a pantyhose over his face and kind of squishes it down, and it gives that effect. But like he doesn't go out there and tell you that. But if you're a study of film or whatever, and you look for themes, like you see shit like that all the time. And so then the shotgun scene with his head exploding is exactly that. It's supposed to like mimic an orgasm. Anyways, it's completely crazy.
Have you ever went down the rabbit hole of Captain America, or not Captain America, Captain Planet?
Yeah, he was created by Ted Turner to
I didn't know this till yesterday.
basically trump all his competition, which was all these big
political guys that were political powerful guys, because they were like oil tycoons or whatever,
and lobbyists and stuff. And so he was attacking.
Yeah, and those were all the bad guy characters.
Exactly.
In the show.
And those things correlated with what was happening in the world at the time too. So if there was like bullshit going on in, I don't know, Brazil about like deforestation and oil or whatever, like that bad guy was coming up that week in that episode. So yeah, I've gone down the Captain Planet rabbit hole.
I was like, wow, newfound respect for Captain Planet and Ted Turner even.
With our powers combined.
He had so much money that he was just like, fuck, like, I guess apparently just to get it off the ground, it was 20 million. And then like to expedite the process to make episodes like almost in real time, like you said, to address current affairs, you know, he was spending big bucks because, you know, so back then the animation used to take like 6 months for an episode, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it would take a
the
while.
Drawing or whatever. So they were cranking these joints out like at a high rate.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd be forgetting how dope. You got forgetting the dope appreciation for the animated art, even when it's you know, maybe even if it's computer generated majority these days for a lot of these like the DreamWorks joints and all that, but they still derive from someone drawing it or creating it first. You know what I mean?
Sure. Even the AI stuff, I mean, they've drawn from previous artists.
It's AI, it draws, pun intended, from databases of other things that already exist.
Like real artists.
Me and Nelson, it's funny because shout out to Nelly. I was just talking to him the other day, and we were talking about arguments that we have. We have a similar argument with people when it comes to this AI stuff, because people go, well, how are you guys going to beat AI in music? It's unlimited. So what are you talking about? It is limited to the databases that they could draw from. And like, so, you know, like right now, I was talking about this the other show. It's the uproar of producers right now that just realized they've been uploading their shit to these sites that are compromised. They're just it's like straight up hand over fist forking over a bunch of databases of up and coming producers' beats for these AI music generators to draw from. And then you go, oh, I have original stuff. Look at it. I just made it out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why, like, I have Adobe Creative Cloud. A lot of the stuff goes into the cloud, and then they tell you, like, this stuff is, we can use it or draw from it, or people can remix it or whatever. And I'm like, crap. So that's why I stopped hand drawing stuff and putting it up there specifically just for graphic work for t-shirts. And now all that other stuff is on the iPad in this other app where, you know, it's not until I export it or somebody wants to purchase the art that I can send it to them.
Are you, so when you're on the iPad, drawing on the app, are you still drawing on paper first and then uploading in there, or like how does it work when you're using the app?
Sometimes it depends. You can
you can draw onto the.
You can draw on it in a layer, and I do like a blue or red pencil layer, and then I'll put a layer over it, and then do the final over that, and then start building. So and then I can delete the layers underneath, or I can draw on a paper like I did with this particular one that I did. I drew the base outline on a pad, and then I took a photo with the iPad, and then I uploaded it, and then I highlighted the contrast, took out a lot of the pencil lines, and I had my base, and then I built layers on top of it. And then you could also take a screenshot or a photo with the iPad, and then use that as a reference, and then go from there.
Okay, like a stencil.
You can do it that way. Typically, I don't. What I'll do is I'll take a photo, like let's say of a person or a building, and then it allows you to put that picture-in-picture in a small corner of the screen, and you can sketch while you're looking at it, basically. But you could also put it in as a layer underneath and then trace, I guess, but everything looks traced when you trace it, so it's just better to freehand stuff.
Yeah, so it adds the natural.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can do the basic shapes, right? That's what I do a lot of times, like the position of the person, but then after that, you know, I clear the reference, and then I go in there and I add shadows or, you know, little things. Or
I have one more question, because this stuff interests me a lot. So like, obviously when you're drawing or painting, right, there's a tangible feel to it, right?
Yeah.
You know, pause, like the strokes, you know what I mean? Like there's all, right? There's a feel to it. Is some of that taken away, or if not a lot of that, when you're digitally doing something like with the pen, even like the when you're using
some of it, sometimes there's a vast array of brushes that you can use, and then you can control the correction of the brush. So
okay, word.
A lot of the times,
you could digitally arrange how you would be physically in life.
You can calibrate it.
There you go.
Where the pressure will, like, if when you're real light and you're going, it's light, and then you push down and it gets thicker like a brush, so you can actually mimic the stroke.
Oh, that's fucking bad. And then after a while, you get to touch for it.
Yeah, you have to set that parameter for each brush, and there's like thousands of brushes. So and then you save it to set. Yeah, so it takes time.
Your knowledge of brushes, you know which brushes to go for.
So you can set those brushes aside and put them in a set. And so the more you use the app, the more you calibrate your brushes, and whatever you build your set, the better it is, the quicker you go, stuff like that. So that's why with 2 weeks on this one page, I've learned almost everything about the app already, to where when I go to the other pages, it'll be a lot faster. Like yesterday, I learned how to like rasterize text and then highlight it and then put it in transformative phase and then hit free, so that I can change the perspective and angles on text to make it look like it's moving away from you on a building, and it matches up with the actual.
Oh, sick.
And like, I thought I was going to have
like
to
a Star Wars crawl kind of looking thing.
Right. And I thought I was going to have to export that and bring it into another application like Photoshop or Pixar or something, and then do it there. But I learned how to do everything on here. And this is basically like Photoshop, but it's all free on this app. So anyway, I have to watch ads. I could pay for a membership. I'll tell Clock maybe to pay for my membership. It's really cheap. But other than that, like, I watch a 30-second ad and then I can use everything for free for 3 hours.
We totally need to do like a music video comic book thing.
Yeah, so this doesn't do, that I know, any of the video animation stuff that I do with my Adobe Creative Cloud that I do.
No, but hear what I'm saying, right? Like, do like a mini comic book.
I got you.
To a
do
song.
a comic book, and then from there I can take all those images and make a music video.
Yeah.
Comic book style.
Yes.
I could totally do that. I mean, it would take some time, but I could totally do that.
And I would definitely fund this.
It's been very fun to play around with new things, using stuff on this app and then just doing things digitally and like trying to get the process down. Because I was going back and forth like how I wanted to do things, but with this app,
I got this one song already in mind with me and JD, little brother, with me and Franco. This shit crazy.
Good shit. But yeah, Lee, you ready for the news, Lee?
Yeah, man. Let's take them to the streets.
Let's do it.
Good morning, fellas. Shout out to Kidda and shout out to JD.
Hey, shout out to the fellas.
Fellas.
We got 30 Sundays until week 1.
I like it when you break it down like that. Pause. 30 Sundays until football's back. That's not a lot.
No, it's not. And we also have
I miss it dearly already.
And we also have, for us, we have 182 days until the LV West Side draft. Let's go.
Pump for that.
And the countdown begins.
Sure.
Or continues.
Yes. Well, Peacock, do you mind hitting that injury drop?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Thank you. Well, happy Friday, everyone. Hope everyone's well. I got a good show for you. Well, on the injury front, Oregon offensive tackle Isaiah World tore his ACL in the playoff game, will not attend the combine, but for those in the drafts, he's going to be a great steal. He'll be a late round pick for me. Now, as for
what position does he play? Hold on.
He's a guard, right?
He's an offensive tackle.
Oh, he's a tackle.
Sounds like somebody the Texans would take. You're like, give me that.
Yeah, he's gonna be I think a late round steal, but it's
not gonna be a late round. Maybe like a second.
About a third or fourth round pick, I think.
He was probably projected to be like one of those first rounder guys.
Yeah, he was.
It's gonna slide a few rounds because of the injury.
Yeah.
When did there was a first round draft capital tackle for the Chiefs last year, but same situation. He was coming off a torn ACL. Playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when they took him. I think they might have took him in the second round, like a back end.
I think it was a back end second pick. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Now, as for Peacock's Houston Texans, Tank Dell is progressing very well in his recovery.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Now, as for Ryan Kelly, he's expected to retire due to
You okay over there, Lee?
Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah, but you cut out there, Lee. What happened? You're laughing at something. I would imagine it's someone's misfortune. What happened?
No, Ryan Kelly is going to retire due to concussions. History: a total of 6 career concussions, 3 last season.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he just got picked up. Yeah, he just got picked up by the Vikings last year. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah.
I don't blame him. Concussions are brutal.
And that happened.
That's too bad. Now, as for Tyreek Hill, he is expected to have another surgery coming up, but he says he intends to play in 2026.
Brutality.
See, that's too vague. He knows he's going. First of all, you guys find a team. I feel like he's going to be cut, and he's going to be around training camp. He's still available.
Oh, he's already been cut. He's already been.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's already been cut. So I think he's going to float around till like maybe training camp time, maybe like July, and then he was going to start putting videos out of himself working out and running and doing shit like that. And then you're like, oh. And
he already did put one out yesterday of him working out, lifting weights. Like, who was it? It was Waddle put it out for and he was working out.
He said, Waddle. He told like that, Waddle, hold this camera.
Yeah, 2 weeks after he had his surgery, he was working out
Get
with
this right
Waddle,
now, Waddle.
lifting weights. Yeah, I saw that. But no, I mean, it's,
Remember, Waddle, you're forever on number 2.
yeah. Well, no. Now, Robert Woods announced his retirement. So
Farewell, Bobby Trees.
Yeah.
I
Super
mean,
Bowl
so he-
champion Bobby Trees.
Yeah.
Houston Texans legend.
Yeah.
Man, that guy could block for the Texans.
He definitely could.
Yeah. Well, Lane Johnson, who was pending retirement, he's going to return for 26. As for Landon Dickerson, he is planning to return for the Eagles. Both will be back next year.
Wow, so that was just kind of all smoke.
Yeah. Now, Percy Harvin came out and said he revealed that he played almost every single NFL game while he was high.
Come on.
Cool.
Yeah, he's smoking the weed.
Perky Harvins.
Come on, right?
Yes,
It's all in
sir.
there.
Now, Peacock, do you mind
I mean,
hitting
shit, no one got shit on Derek Wolf.
who?
Derek Wolf. You remember him? He's
No.
wreaking havoc on your Chargers in that whole division for a while. He's flipping Broncos.
Okay, yeah.
But he said he used to microdose and there's even been times he would hero dose and play. But he said yeah. I'm like, that's crazy.
That is, I don't understand how you do that.
Yeah.
And
well,
that was a part of the whole Super Bowl run and everything. He was on Joe Rogan talking about it like years ago. Like, yeah, shit, I'm on mushrooms when I used to play. Like, what? Yeah, sometimes a microdose, sometimes I even take a hero dose. He said this whole Super Bowl run, everything. All the playoff games.
Yeah.
See it before it was happening is what he said.
Yeah,
I believe it.
he was in the future. His third eye was.
He did have a pick too in one of them playoff games when they went that Super Bowl run like 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Peacock, I'll need that cat drop.
We got the cap. All right, let's do it.
Well. Cap casualties and possible releases. The Saints running back Alvin Kamara is due an 18.6 cap hit, 8.5 post June 1st savings if he's released.
You know, when they say cap casualties, and I heard somebody floating around on, I don't know, YouTube shorts or whatever, but he was like, when a team says that it could be a cap casualty, that just means that they don't think that player is worth what they're
The
asking.
money.
Yeah. I actually wrote a bar because I was like, I heard this saying haphazardly, and I was like, oh, I love that saying. And he's like, you know, everything's like disorganized. And I was like, ooh, yeah, they ain't even work what they get paid at annually. Future cap casualties. The organization haphazardly. Like, yeah.
Now, as for
log that.
Yeah. Browns cornerback Denzel Ward, he's a cut candidate for the Browns. And the Bears have multiple veterans releases that are possible. You know, that's what they're saying. And the Commanders are going to release Marshawn Lattimore, which will free up $18.5 million.
He was worth that whatever fourth round, wasn't he?
And also the Colts linebacker Zaire Franklin could be another candidate for the Colts, and that's $5.8 million in savings.
Come to the Niners.
They're just seeing leave the Colts. I don't care where he goes.
And
he wreaks havoc.
Yep.
And he's the only one. He's like the only good player they got.
Yeah.
Probably like 30. He's probably like 30 now, or 31 maybe.
Yeah. And the Raiders will be releasing Geno Smith before the league year starts.
Yeah. Sorry, Geno.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. And you know what? Me too. I'll echo your sentiment. Sorry, Geno.
And
just see, you said it as an apology. I said it as a description.
I kind of didn't mean to say it.
A little bit of A and B.
Yeah.
Sorry, Geno.
And my Chargers will be moving on from Mekhi Becton, and that's going to save us $9.7 million in cap.
Really?
They're gonna get who?
Mekhi Becton.
Wow. Already. It's kind of the story. If you come to the Niners.
Dude, that is a mess.
Or the Texans, we need all the linemen.
Now, as for the Vikings, they are 43 million minus 43 million in cap space.
I mean, boom, there goes Kelly, though.
Yeah.
Retirement. And then they're going to restructure Dursall for sure because they brought him in. I mean, they paid him the big bucks, right? And then he got hurt. So it's like immediately they're going to restructure him, which doesn't mean anything but to help the cap. Pretty sure they'll restructure Jefferson already. And they still got a young QB in there. That's kind of crazy. I'm like, who else are they paying? They are paying. Oh, they're not going to pay Addison. Oh, they're going to get rid of Hawkinson. That was already. He's a cap casualty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to get down there easily.
Yeah. Well, the Chiefs created 43.56 million via Patrick Mahomes restructured, but they're still minus 11 million. But they can get fixed that when they release the guy that was on the 49ers that they signed last year. And that's 20 million.
Their guard.
Yeah, and that's 20
and he
million.
Was boo-boo with us too. Ha-ha. What you get, Chiefs?
They'll be cap compliant, and I think they're going to restructure Chris Jones's contract to make some space too. So,
see what happened? They brought that guy over from the Niners. That guard, he brought over all that substation residue on him.
Now
that entire team. Look at Patrick Mahomes. He'll tell you.
Yeah. Now, as for the Dolphins, they're preparing to take on that $99 million dead cap to release Tua, and that could be very soon. They're saying.
Cap casualties.
Yes. The Falcons are unlikely to bring back running back Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
Why?
Don't know.
The Falcons want to bring him back?
No, they are unlikely.
Oh, yeah. My bad. I had not selective hearing, but fearful hearing, I guess. I thought I heard what I didn't want to hear.
Yeah. And as for
good. All right. Celebrate that.
And
that's why Peacock was celebrating.
And as for the
I can see Al Boo going to the Texans or the Niners.
I love it.
I'd love to take him over the Chargers.
Because we try to do a Brian Robinson.
You have a Lion Hampton. What the hell?
And no, as a complimentary back.
Calm down.
Everybody. You already got McDaniels. You enjoy McDaniels now because the moment you guys have success, McDaniels is taking a head coach's job.
I hear you there.
Usually how it works.
Yeah. Now, as for the Colts, they're preparing to move on from wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah.
And
they do that and bring Alec Pierce back.
Yeah, and the Colts are not. And the Colts are not expected to re-sign offensive tackle Braden Smith.
Come to the Niners.
The Texans.
Flip
now
the coin.
The Ravens and Isaiah Likely, there's been no progress in extension talks, and he's going to hit free agency. That looks like that.
Hey, look, he'll go to the Giants.
I think he'll go to the Patriots. Or the Giants.
Well,
those are the two teams.
I
see the Giants.
John Harbaugh's over there.
Huh?
John Harbaugh's over there. The guy who drafted him to the Ravens.
Yeah, but he also wants to go home, close to home. Hey,
okay, that's a real thing. And they're fresh off the Super Bowl. Hey, I like that. Ooh, do you think that's likely?
Ooh, that's a damn good one there, Bogey. That was good.
Was all right. It wasn't that great. It was actually terrible.
No. Well, Romeo Doubs is as good as gone with the Packers, they're saying.
Come to the Niners. I was a little hesitant, but then I remembered how much I love Romeo. I'm like, Romeo's dope. Come to the Niners.
Well, Mike Evans plans to play 2026, but there's a 50% chance, a 50-50 chance to return to Tampa Bay. But right now, everything they're saying is the correlation is to the Buffalo Bills. That's where it's been really they're high on this. Mike Evans to the Bills.
How many times do you think he flips the coin?
Now, I've never seen this one. The entire Browns offensive line is headed to free agency. Robinson, Patino, Botic, Teller and Conklin are all free agents.
And in a shocking turn of events, the entire Cleveland Browns offensive line goes to the Niners.
You're not.
Yes. Or the Texans.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like there's going to be a couple of them that follow Stefanski to the Falcons, which is this is awesome. The Falcons already had a good line that Bijan could run behind. He's already played in zone schemes with Arthur Smith and Robinson, Zach Robinson, who was just their offensive coordinator. So I like what Stefanski over there is liable to do. I mean, he's gonna bring some of those guys over there.
What's up, Albert?
Albert,
Happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday.
Now, the 4 names that have already came out with the same potential tags is going to be Ken Walker, and that's going to be $14 million. Cowboys Pickens is going to be $28.8 million. And Trey Hendrickson, $27.3. But I really don't know if the Bengals are going to just tag that. I mean, it's crazy.
Wow, tag right there, 27. Okay.
Yeah, and then you got the Kyle Pitts at $16 million. But there are some other notes on Pitts. The Falcons are expected to tag him if no deal. There's a massive league interest in Pitts.
No deal.
He's estimated for a 4-year, $43 million via Sportrack, and if he reaches the market, he could reach $70 to $80 million on the open market.
Wow, Stephanie, hold on. Let's talk about this real quick because there's something to be said to a contract year. Like, he was a first-round guy. This would have been year 5. They told him they're not picking up the 5th-year option going into last year, which is essentially a contract year. He balls out. Isn't that fucking amazing? He's like shit for 3 years, for real. I guess his rookie year he didn't have a thou wow, you know what I mean? But scattered over, on a per game basis, it was really shitty because he didn't have like some big games there. He had some spotted big games, but like as a consistent player, we didn't see that until this year, and it really didn't happen until London got hurt, and then Cousins was in there, and then he became like a favorite target of Cousins. So it is. Shout out to Kyle Pitts to be able to parlay this into potentially a 7-year, $80 million contract.
Yeah,
He's kind of been overrated and whacked. But he looked
Generational talent.
Now, as the Cardinals are interested in Bears quarterback Tyson Badgett, as we mentioned on Tuesday, and they're written at that. The Dolphins have a strong.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I couldn't figure out a correlation. Did you guys find any correlation there? Like, why is Mike LaFleur like? Well, they're like, all right, we need to go and get tea bags.
Do you think it's a cheap option? Paul?
I don't know, because like he's still on. Is he a free agent? Because then it don't matter what. Because I'm thinking like they're showing interest in him. Do you have to fucking trade for him? like why? I don't know. I'm trying to understand that still. Anyways, continue.
The Dolphins are going to make a strong push for Malik Willis. We know that. Now, I remember saying
he's a free agent.
And I remember saying it in the thread a couple days ago.
Is he a free agent?
Who, Badgett?
No, Willis.
Malik Willis, yes.
We've been mentioning free agents. Might as well just do this.
Now, also, Jimmy G, porn star Jimmy, the Dolphins are going to target him in free agency because of the Bobby Slowick connection.
Cara Mia, that was her name.
Hold on, I'll be right back. My coworker just let me.
That was her name. Well, because somebody in the thread, or I don't know if it was in the thread or the chat on one of the shows. This was this week.
I never put it about Jimmy G.
Porn star Jimmy.
It was me. I did that.
Okay, yeah. Because he dated Cara Mia, which was like, I think when he was like in high school and in college, that was his go-to on the internet, I guess.
His crush.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? He probably definitely had his way with himself to her videos, allegedly. And then, not allegedly, when he was Jimmy G, now handsome Jimmy in the league with the Niners, he was taking her down.
Yep. Well, crazy Kirk Cousins could rejoin the Vikings possibly. They're very interested in a reunion. And the Vikings
do we have an official? Hold on. Do we have an official word? Is he? Because they keep saying that they might give him a post June 1st cut. Are they going to cut him though? Like, is this a cut? Period.
I think it's going to be a cut, and possibly he resigns with the Falcons on a 1-year deal because Penix is not going to be ready. I don't think. He claims he's going to be ready, but
there's a strong correlation there to keep Cousins with their new head coaching hire, because Stefanski, he took over. He took over as the OC that first year they got Cousins in Minnesota. They were together for about 3 years.
yeah,
It was what he did with Cousins and the Vikings, which got him the head coaching job with the Browns. You know what I mean? So like it behind the scenes, they're probably taking a look at I was gonna call him Penix. they're taking a look at Penix. Pause. And if they know something that we don't know, obviously they will. It'll be a tell if they sign Cousins back, because I could definitely see that, or it'd be a restructuring of his existing joint.
yeah.
Because that's what it is he's still on a crazy deal that, you know what I mean, his good ass agent got him. Shout out to Kirk Cousins' agent.
The Vikings have also been heavily linked to Mac Jones.
Let's go.
Yeah. Now the Vikings, Dolphins, Steelers are interested in Kyler Murray. The Bengals.
Hold on. Run that back.
The Vikings, Dolphins, Steelers are interested in Kyler Murray.
Vikings, Dolphins, and Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay.
Yes. Well, they don't know because Aaron Rodgers is still leaving the Steelers.
Yeah. No, I get that. So, and it doesn't even necessarily mean Aaron Rodgers might be done. I still think he might go full Brett Favre and end up with the Vikings. I'm telling you.
Wouldn't shock, man.
And then, but see, I have been putting Kyler Murray with the Dolphins. You know what I mean? Outside of that's just me saying that. So this is the first time that this is actually a rumor now. So that's pretty cool, because I don't see them. Why Malik Willis? Like, he started a couple games. At least you have a whole resume on Kyler Murray. Anyways, I also think no one wants Kyler Murray.
No.
You know what I mean? And like, he's gonna end up with the Jets or the Dolphins on like one of those prove it type deals. You know what I mean? But it'd be smart. One of them, like, I think Tua is going to be the smartest one, but he's going to be forced to be, because no one's going to want to give him a starting gig, and I think he's going to end up being y'all backup this year.
Yeah. Now the Cardinals, Dolphins, and the Vikings. The Cardinals, Dolphins, and the Vikings have been showing trade interest in Mac Jones.
I could see us sending him to the Dolphins because it's far away, and they got a high second round.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else on the list? The Vikings. They got a high second.
Cardinals, Dolphins, and the Vikings are the three teams that have showed willing to trade.
If we send him, see, it would make sense for Mike LaFleur, because he is a product of Shanahan and McVay. So he could, if they were to trade for him, even though it's in division, it's not uncommon, but we're gonna hit him over the head for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like a second and like a future something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Colts quarterback Danny Dimes, who's a free agent, is likely, but Indy is a definite return possible because they're working on an extension, so that's done. And the 49ers came out and said they want Mac Jones as Purdy's backup, but may trade for a strong offer. That's the only reason they'll trade him, if it's a strong.
I mean, that's why you put something out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
You go, hey, well, we'll just keep him. You go, okay, the second round, is that what you said? Like, you know what I mean? Because we might be like, hey, look, the second round. They go, here's the third. No. We'll just keep them then. Oh, all right, hold on. Maybe a second.
Yeah. Now,
is this rumors? Are we in the rumors?
It was rumors, my bad. It was a continuing. And DJ Moore could be available for in free agency.
Damn, Lee, you're talking before the drop even finishes.
Yeah. Hit the drop again. Let's do
Hit
this
that
again.
And that totally looks like my daughter and her friends. Like anytime I see them from a distance, it looks like they're gossiping like that.
That's funny.
Now, as for the Lions, are going to be pursuing free agents, offensive tackles in free agency.
Yeah. That's fine.
And as for the Cincinnati Bengals, they're gathering trade value.
Hold on. Why is that a rumor? That's like a fact.
Exactly. Now, as for the Bengals, they're gathering trade value on Trey Hendrickson.
Let's go. Yeah. You know what's funny? Heard that before.
Yeah, that was last year too.
Yeah,
Now,
The third year in a row they've been saying this shit.
now the Raiders came out and said what they would like from Max Crosby.
Hold on. How stupid is that organization though, right? Because they're like, well, we can't get what we want from. They're always still trying to compete. They probably could have cashed out on him because now he's 3 years older than he was when he got there, which he was already like, you know, an elder statesman in that aspect. He was like late 20s already.
I mean, it's not like that defense is super great. Get rid of him and get some assets or some capital or whatever and get you some more offensive linemen.
Yeah, protect Joey B.
Yeah, you know what's funny? As much as like, because we're not joking when me and Peacock say we need linemen to our teams, but it's funny because I'll be forgetting how much I'm invested in Joe Burrow. We need linemen to him too.
Yeah,
for all my Joe Burrow shares in Dynasty.
Yeah,
we can't be and for the sake of good quality watchable football.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow.
Lee's reported it several times. I almost called him Leroy. Lee's reported it several times.
Leroy reports.
Now,
that Joe Burrow could be headed down the Andrew Luck path if they don't protect him. You know, so
for real.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? It's like
Joe Burrow last year said he wasn't having fun. Remember that?
Yeah. I mean, and if you look at what he's been doing off the field the last couple of years, like he
cutting his hair all the time, changing his hairstyle every offseason.
Yeah, he's like he's manic, right? He's just like, oh, he's trying to have fun with it, even almost like he's like, oh, let's just do something to have fun. But like he's really invested into a lot of his time into like he's trying to come out with he has like a farm, and they're doing like all organic like produce or something like that.
And he's also doing he's also doing hand cream. I read that too. My friend Matt was telling me that he does hand cream at his farm.
Damn.
Okay. Now the Raiders
crazy.
the Raiders want 2 first rounders and a premium player for Max Crosby if they do trade him.
And I bet you they'd still suck if they got all that.
What was that again? My bad.
They want 2 first rounders and plus a premium player for Mad Max.
2 first rounds was a premium player,
like an offensive player, like almost like a DJ Moore. Or something
I know what it is. It's 2 first rounds for the Niners and Mac Jones. Let's go.
You guys have first rounds.
Let's fucking go. Give it to me.
Now the Dolphins are discussing the Dolphins are discussing trades involving Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Wasn't he just traded there?
It's crazy because like I feel like out of nowhere he's entering the elder statesman like stage.
He's like 28, isn't he? 29? I don't know.
Yeah, but he's like been balling, and that guy. But I'd be forgetting he has like a handful of seasons where he was done to injury, so he was just gone. Like I'd be forgetting, like you know what I mean. And I think he's been bounced around from the Steelers and Dolphins his entire career. You can have him back.
Now
on the block in all my dynasties.
The New
Can
England
I just have him in one. You have so many.
Now the New England Patriots plan on revisiting the Jordan Addison, Chris Olave, and Rashid Shaheed, who they went after. This is the Patriots, who they were monitoring in the trade off season last year, are going to revisit Addison, Olave, and Shaheed.
Okay. So Shaheed's probably the one they end up with because he's just like a field stretcher guy that's not going to demand so close to 30, or if not 30, because that's what I feel like Addison and Olave is going to try to like. Olave was like WR6. He's going to try to parlay that into something. You know what I mean? And I feel like the Saints are more inclined to just give him that bag.
Now,
I see the Patriots, if they're going to, like, I see them getting an AJ Brown if they're going to get an alpha receiver. Like, you know what I mean?
No, AJ Brown. Speaking of AJ Brown, is the Eagles want to keep him?
Yeah, that's why it's in the rumors.
Exactly. Now, as for Brandon Ayuk, he came
Just
out.
The rumors. They don't like him.
Yeah, and
Come to the Niners, AJ.
Brandon Ayuk came out yesterday and says, "I want to go to Washington." He wants that Jaden Daniels connection.
He's been wanting to go there for some time.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? It's because like they call us, as a derogatory term, the 40 whiners. And that's a whining son bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, he whined about, hey, trade me to Washington. They were like, no, we're gonna be fine, didn't pay me. Then he's like, no, we're already trying. People want to trade for you. No, I don't want to go to the Steelers. No, I don't want to go to the Patriots. And then he's like, okay, you know what? I'll stay here. Give me the money. Then he tears the shit. And he's like, you know what? See what happened? Substation. And then he's like, trade me now to Washington. Now he's not even saying trade. He's like, I just want to go.
Now, as for Jim Harbaugh,
That pisses me off a lot.
Jim Harbaugh would like a possible reunion with Rashawn Gary.
He had Rashawn Gary in Michigan?
Yes, sir. He would like to have him back.
Rashawn Gary?
Yeah, Rashawn Gary. Yeah.
He was kind of quiet last year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No. The Rams.
DC.
Oh, he's the one that came over from Western Michigan, who was our cornerbacks coach about 2 years ago. Chris O'Leary.
He was a quarterbacks coach.
He was our CB coach 2 years ago.
Cornerbacks coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Interesting.
the Rams this morning promoted Nate Stalehouse to the OC, so all the OC jobs are now filled. So
Stalehouse, he was one of those names that didn't deserve to be in the conversation of head coaching interviews, but he was.
Yeah.
But I knew he was going to land the OC at minimum with the Rams. Bong, look at that.
Now the Minnesota Vikings came out and said they simplified.
Hold on. The Rams offense better not be a Stalehouse. Huh? Whose house? Huh? Stalehouse?
Yeah. That's a good one, though.
No, it's not. It's terrible, Lee.
Yeah, I'm not as good as words.
They're making me terrible on purpose.
You write bars every single day. You're good with that kind of stuff. I'm not good with that kind of stuff.
That should let you know I can tell the difference between a good and a bad bar.
I know. You are. You're right, them. Now, as for the Vikings, came out and said they simplified the offense for JJ McCarthy. The Vikings said they simplified the offense for JJ McCarthy. And they plan on adding a veteran QB for as competition.
What Nick needs to do for CJ Stroud. I was in here like, learn Tom Brady's offense. Yeah.
Now the 49ers have big plans for Jordan James, supposedly.
We better.
Yes, sir.
And next, the third round.
I was like, that sounds like a porn star name.
And Matthew
Jordan
Golden.
James.
Yeah.
He's in there. Nothing but Jordan's on.
Two first names. Can't have two first names.
And Matthew Golden.
Like Steve Francis.
And the Green
Ray
Bay.
Allen.
Dick Hammer.
That was a good one.
Pause.
Now, as for Green Bay's Matthew Golden, he's expected to have a bigger role in 2026.
He better. Spent the
Now,
first round
as
on him.
for Peacock's Texans, they confirmed that CJ Stroud is their franchise quarterback going forward. When shutting all those.
Why is this in the rumors then?
Huh?
Why is this in the rumors then?
Because Lee's been spamming me with trade rumors like for 3 weeks. I'm like, bro, it ain't happening.
Like, why would they move
I know
on?
it came.
CJ Stroud.
I forget the guy's name.
Every year of his career, he has added another playoff win under his belt.
Yeah, he just keeps making a notch in the belt.
How many does Justin Herbert have?
Every year, people like every year people are like, he's getting worse, but every year their win totals go up.
Now, as for the
kind of interesting how that works.
Super weird.
It's like, oh, the worse he gets, the better we do. We're gonna keep him.
Okay, yeah, keep him.
Don't even fix the line.
As for the
It's crazy, man.
the Cowboys are going to moving into a 3-4 defense next year.
Ooh. Let's switch it up.
Yes, sir.
What?
Jerry Jones, he woke up one morning, he was like, listen, I had a wet dream about a 3-4 defense.
And
he always
different
finds a way to do it
It's not much different
inappropriate.
from last year because they only played like 3 or 4 players on defense, or at least it felt that way.
That's how he got the vision. I had a vision. We only had about 3 or 4 players on defense.
Now, Eli Manning is going to be working with Jackson Dart in the offseason training.
Who is their hold on? Who is their defensive coordinator? And what? First of all, Stu, there's
The new guy? I don't know.
Yeah,
his
they
name.
got a new defensive coordinator.
They got a new DC.
There's this dude. He always every morning clockwork. He's kind of like doing like a power walk, and he bends the block several times. He's always on the phone. It's like an Asian businessman. And right when he's walking by, I was like, yeah, and I had a wet dream last night. And he hella broke neck.
Oh, his name is Christian Parker.
Hell of a timing for that guy to walk by at that time.
Bogey, his name is Christian Parker.
Pause.
Christian Parker is his name, the DC.
Okay, where's he coming from?
Truth, I don't know.
Shout out to Bakes. Good morning, brothers. He says that means they're going to draft a linebacker high, maybe with their second first-round pick. Hopefully, sunshine.
Hey, shout out to Bakes. He's talking about for the Raiders?
I'm assuming. I don't think
Yes, because there is like a super smashed linebacker, right? That's going to be like a top 15 pick or something like that.
That Sonny kid.
Yeah, he might be like a top 10 pick even.
Sonny.
I mean, look at we.
Oh, he's talking
trade.
about.
Yeah, we got three. Now I'm going
They can do that with their 2 Niner picks.
Hold on, Link. We're still on the. What was it? Sorry, what were you saying? Buddy?
They could do that when they have their 2 Niner picks in Mac Jones. See that? And then they don't have to worry about getting Mendoza. You know what I mean?
Peacock, do you mind hitting that extensions drop again?
We'll do the extendo drop.
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. These mice are ridiculous. I click it once and it double clicks everything.
Well, I know Peacock. These are
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
Double clicking the mouse is also slang term for when women self-serve.
What's up, baby?
Continue, Lee.
Well, these are projected.
I'm a doctor.
These are projected contracts from Sports Track. Will Anderson Jr., 5 years, $235 million.
Give him the money.
Pay the man.
And as for CJ,
They better do it now.
Yeah.
That's the
Because
plan.
he's only going to get better and he's going to be like, well,
Yeah.
50 now.
Yeah, exactly. And he seems like the type that's like, you do it now, you extend him, he's going to be like, so grateful. Thank you. 5 years, putting in the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It costs a lot of money to keep the lights on in the house round the clock. He's scared of the dark.
It's because his sisters used to lock him in the basement with the lights off.
So now he's going to have all the money in the world to power the house forever.
Yeah, they say he's going to reset the market.
He's the guy who was raised by like I think 3 or 4 older sisters, and all of them play like college, like they're all college athletes. Also, like they're ballers in their own rights, whatever. So
My sister's 9 years older than me. I have like memories when I was like 5, 6 years old, where like she's babysitting me because so that would make her like 14 or whatever that is, right? She's babysitting me, and like she'd be like, oh, I'm playing outside. I was a dirty kid. Which ironically, because I'm super OCD as an adult. Long story longer. Go take a shower. And then when I'd be in the shower, she would go in there with like a thing of cold water and just splash on me.
oh man,
And that shit used to do. Oh! Like, you know, you're in the, like right when you got out the shower, you know what I mean? You just turn off the hot water, you know what I mean? And she laughs. And that shit just always
that sucks. Although they say that's good for your pores.
So she was just trying to help me this whole time.
Yeah. They also have CJ Stroud for
That's why I'm not afraid to just jump in some cold ass water these days. Thanks, sis. No, on God, you know, people are like, oh, you gotta put your feet in the fourth. And I just jump right in the pool. Fuck it. Or the lake, or the ocean, wherever we're amphibious.
They also have CJ Stroud for a 4-year, $248 million, which would be about $62 million AAV.
Too bad. I doubt that they do it this year, but if they extend him early and they mark it down, like lock it in. Right now, think about it. CJ Stroud's value is like at an all-time low. Let's extend him now for the cheapest that we possibly can.
You know what they could use? Brock Purdy as like look at what Brock Purdy got. His boils down to like 40 something a year. And it's like, really
maybe like make it more incentive based, but not with like playoff wins. Like if he gets to the divisional round or what, you know, or like turnovers are low or some shit. You know what I mean?
So he has 2 more years, right? He has 2 more years on the existing contract.
Correct.
Right. So like, would they if they were to extend him at least not this, if they didn't do it this offseason, if they did it next offseason, it'd probably be like a 4-year or 5-year, 4 or 5 year extension, right? On top of it'd be a 4. On top of that last year.
Look at it, right, and say, like, okay, let's say they don't extend him this year, but then he goes out in year 2 with Nick Caley, things click and he plays great, then you have to fucking pay him the bag.
Oh, yeah, that is true, huh?
I would, if I was considering, be like, look, CJ, here's the deal on the table, like complimentary to a Brock Purdy type deal. We're not going to give you 40, maybe 50, not 60 like you're projected. We're going to meet in the middle around 50. Yeah. You know, take it now. In the event that, you know, you get injured or you don't have a great season, you're already locked in here. That's what I was
This was crazy because if he goes on his same trajectory, that means he plays worse, according to the people. But the record of the team is better.
They get 13.
Then what do you do?
No shit, right?
You're like, we're going to give you that same 50 again. You should have took it last year.
No, Bryce Young is looking at a 4-year, $228 million deal.
Give Bryce Young the bag.
Right? Shout out to the kid, man.
And as for Jalen,
he's half Mexican, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my Mexican partners, man.
I saw that, Bakes. They freed us.
Ear mentioned that earlier in his news run.
Yeah,
saving up.
They're still 11 million minus 11, but once they release the offensive tackle, that's 20 million. They're cap compliance, and then they'll be restructuring Chris Jones, so they'll be doing their Chiefs-o things as always. But
for sure, yeah, because look, and then Kelsey's not on the books right now, and he will be for something cheap, 1 year type shit. So like they're gonna figure it all out. Nick Bolton, they'll restructure Nick Bolton real quick because he just got his big back last year. Yeah, outside of that, they never play their corners. So McDuffie's probably going to get the tag and then trade, or if you know what I mean, or play under the tag. And then obviously Mahomes, he always sets the tone for the entire team, doing his Brady thing, like Big pointed out the other day. Like, you know, Mahomes is going to be like, all right, look, y'all, if I'm doing it.
Man, I mean,
I don't think people understand it until they actually restructure. They go, "Oh, I still got my money." It's like, yeah, we're just duh.
Alec Pierce is looking at a 4-year, $102 million contract wherever he goes.
So he's going at the 25.
Yeah,
25 a year mark. That makes sense for him.
Now, as for Jahmyr Gibbs, 4 years, 88. Jahmyr Gibbs, 4 years, $88 million.
He's gonna get that.
Yeah. Jack Campbell, 4 years, 82. Sam Laporta, 3 years for 54.
They're gonna hold off on him.
Yeah, because of the injury. Yeah, and Brian Branch, 3 years, 66.
And same thing with him. It's like okay, I feel bad for Brian Branch because he would have demanded it and got it easily. Now he's coming off the ACL. He doesn't have the leverage anymore. It's like what happened with Hufanga. And because Hufanga was set to be one of those guys too with the Niners. And then boom, we found a way to leverage against him. He's like, all right, I want out. And then he got the bag from the Broncos eventually.
Now, I know the Chargers are not going to do this. Quentin Johnson, 4 years, $72 million. They're going to move on from him.
I don't know, bro.
I think they do.
He's different.
He's a homegrown kid over there, and he's finally got into his own.
Out of all the receivers, he's different. Like, he's big, can stretch the field. He does catch the ball, and he's healthy. Like, he
blows past defenders routinely, and now he can catch the ball.
Like last year, Keenan Allen came back, and I think he messed up everything for everybody.
He did, and I don't want him. I have a funny feeling he's coming back, but I talked about it on the show yesterday. He wants to come back, but I just think it's
maybe he comes back as a receivers coach.
Concentrate.
Don't come back as a player.
QJ and Ladd.
I think he comes back as a veteran presence, but please, it's just taken away.
He's just going to get in the way if that happens.
Exactly.
Robert Woods it all up. Concentrate. Concentrate on that. Concentrate on QJ. Concentrate on Gadsden.
They have Jordan Addison for 3 years, $92 million on Sport Track, and Zay Flowers is 4 years, $120 million, $24 million. But he was a first-round pick though too.
So they could drag his out. Pause.
Now
it's kind of you know what's crazy is like this is gonna be cut. This feels like a purgatory year. You know what I mean? Because like apparently the consensus is the influx of talent in this class isn't like super abundant, right?
No, I mean, we did that mock the other day, and I was just like, "This is all gross." I'm serious. Like, I don't even want my 1.6. It's up for sale.
See, we have to say it differently, though, right? Like, man, that 1.6. Oof.
No, like, do what you want with it.
It's like after that, there's not a lot of options. You got to get it. So you got to make it.
I usually prefer to trade back and get like 2 third-rounders and see if one of them will hit. And that's the way I always do things in Dynasty. And sometimes I get 2 guys that hit. Sometimes I get none, but I'd rather do that.
I usually try to do the a notable usable player, like in this case, like top 12 if I can for one of my first. And I usually, if it's a high first, like right now, I got the 102 in one of them. And I'm trying to at least get like a starter and a high-end IDP as well. But the longer I wait, the easier that'll become. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to move them just like within the week of the draft. Or like the draft has started and it's like a slow draft maybe. And be like, this one's on the block.
Yeah. And the first round, we usually do 8 hours too. So it's like, really get greasy.
Yeah, I'm not too pumped about any incoming.
I'm very pumped.
Now the teams that are carrying
gotta dress these picks up, man.
Look, like last year I was pumped about a bunch of players too, and it was just like, what the fuck happened in the
like? You know what's crazy? There was a lot of good gems. If you were mining in like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round last year in skill positions, which was insane. Because like Money Gang and like who else was going late?
Bill.
Bill. Shit. Woody was like a 4th rounder. Tesla Law. I know, right? Because he could still be a thing.
Yeah, everybody who hit last year was like free.
For real, huh? And then like this year, it's like I thought I didn't know it was a rookie draft, a rookie only draft. So then like when I saw Dennis picked up the first one, I was like, damn it! If I knew, I would have took that one. Yeah, he'd just be like, haha. Jeremiah Love. I know what I'm doing.
And I didn't do any research and like much about it or whatever. I have a few guys that are on my list. I'm like, those guys right now. I want people to know who I like.
Right. I was at the 9th spot, so I just took the tight end from Oregon. I was like,
I did draft at the spot that I would be drafting in that league, and I kind of did still draft like based on positional need, which I don't like to do on rookie drafts, but I just did it so that my team could feel complete. And afterwards, I was like, if these other players were there and I had taken them, how would I have felt about those first 3 picks? And still like, didn't move the needle either way. So I'm not right now. I'm sure as the draft season approaches, I might be more hyped on these rookie guys.
You know, speaking of draft, I do have some draft. The Browns are considering taking Caleb Downs at number 6.
Yeah, I need a draft.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that this
I need
morning.
a draft drop. All right,
Yeah.
let me put that in the notes. Don't worry.
No. And the
Maybe something where like someone's opening a window. Like, whoa, it's a
Oh,
draft.
no, it'll be like somebody's about to open the door and then like they open it and it's fucking, there's an explosion. It's a backdraft.
Oh, I guess that's cool.
Ooh, a backdraft.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
the New York Jets are scouting edge David Bailey. That's the name in correlation to that now.
Bailey.
And
Bailey.
What's
David
the
Bailey,
name?
yeah.
David Bailey. Okay.
I heard Daly. I was like, what's the name? David Daly. Haven't heard of him.
David Bailey. Now,
No,
I thought I heard him say David Gailey.
now, as for Alabama quarterback,
I'm not being immature. I just thought he said that. I was like, oh, Bailey.
now as for Alabama quarterback,
Tonight.
Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson is projected to be the second quarterback off the board. Now I know Bakes is in the house.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think in order of like the draft, like because he could be in the second round too. Because you know what I mean.
Well, I know Bakes is in the house. The Raiders' #1 pick is virtually untradeable for Mendoza. They said if they want him, that you have to give up the farm for basically the King's ransom for that pick. Now, the Raiders also want to pair Mendoza with wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. or Elijah Surratt, if I said that right now.
Samsonite.
So Surratt, whatever. Now, also the San Francisco 49ers.
Hey, Lee, it's Surratt. That way you get it.
Okay,
Surratt. That way you get it.
Surratt.
Surratt.
It's like a gunshot.
Now, as for Bogey's San Francisco 49ers, may draft a center if they miss out on Tyler Linderbaum.
Oh, listen, hold on. We're gonna get Linderbaum.
Go ahead. I hope the Texans draft a center.
I'm out on Linderbaum after what I kind of saw yesterday.
Listen, we'll take him. We'll take him.
Go ahead, drop the $20 million on him.
Let's go.
Give me McGovern.
Let's go. I got it.
I'll
I'll throw some fade on it.
Well, now, I'm gonna need the business.
Is McGovern Irish or is he Scottish?
Yeah, he's a free agent for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, McGovern.
McGovern. I'm gonna need that business drop.
Look at McGovern name.
Yes, the bagpipe.
Anytime you can find an excuse.
Yes.
If Peacock could let me have
For
that
all our
business.
Celtic Warriors.
Hey,
I got
Peacock.
you,
Well, Peacock's D'Amico Ryans and Kevin O'Connell were added to the competition committee.
All right.
Sir. Now, as for Bogey,
I could see D'Amico Ryans going like, listen, you gotta let us hit harder. And then Kevin O'Connell's talking about, well, now that I'm here, they didn't hit less, so my guys can throw the ball. And they're no, hit harder.
well, Bogey, your 49ers are hosting a game in Mexico City in the
Wow. I made a couple phone calls.
You got Mexico.
We're going
City.
double international.
You got Australia.
Come on.
But the 49ers are projected to travel 38,100 miles, which is going to be technically the most ever from in an NFL season.
Hey, look, man, we should be writing history all over the world. The whole world wants to see the Niners league. The whole world.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying. My team was like that 2 years ago. We were well traveled, man. It's gonna be a toll, but hey.
You watch out in Mexico. They do the laser pointers in the eyes of quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well,
if the cartel wants a certain team to win, then they're gonna win.
Yeah, dude, for real.
I'll have you know they love the Niners.
When the Texans played versus the Raiders in Mexico City a couple years ago.
that was like 3 years ago, wasn't it?
No, it was several years ago. Lamar Miller was there. Brock Osweiler was the quarterback.
Oh, well, okay. Now
because that was when they were like putting they were like, okay, who do we put in these international games?
Yeah, they're like, oh, Texans and Raiders makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's send them to Mexico for sure.
Like they're actually sending quality teams everywhere now, which is
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
But it was like the Mexican fan base, and it was like, it was a good game.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Now-
I remember that game. I think it was. I want to say it was like a primetime game too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to give
Wasn't that
Lee
game?
you got to give Lee a script. That's the thing, Commissioner. You got to give him a script. Is how can I get Lee to be this talkative on my show this time? You call it on the GWN network. Ear is not the ear. He's actually the mouth.
Yeah. But he's like the robot version of him though.
The robot mouth.
Hey, Commish, next time I'll come with a script. How's that sound?
There you go.
I'll come.
No. Scratch that. You're gonna have an earpiece with me on the other end. let me feed you the lines like a teleprompter.
Obi-Wan
I'm Ron Burgundy.
my ear.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Well, speaking of the commish, he's in the house. The Chicago Bears, they raised the goddamn freaking season ticket prices by 13.5%. What the?
Come on, man.
That's what
Because
happens
they
when
need to
you-
get this money up. They need to get the chicken and the money because they're gonna get a new stadium.
Yeah,
Look,
speaking of that, the
Lee, a
Bears
couple years
stadium
ago, Lee, I used
announcement.
to, my tickets where I usually buy my seats were $184 plus tax. Now those same seats are $400 plus tax. Why? The Texans went from winning 3 or 4 games a season to 10, 11 games a season. So that happened.
You know when I sold my share of the season tickets that I had for almost a decade? Or actually, yeah, it would have been the 11th year. It
Should've
was
never done it.
coming off the Super Bowl loss in 2019, going into the 2020 season. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say I chose to get bought out, but they kind of pushed me out.
Oh, I was going to say, you should have
Because
never done it.
it was
because
it was a couple that owned it. You know what I mean? It was my man and his wife.
To buy a Super Bowl ticket, though.
Yeah, and then like I was like, ha! When the COVID shit happened and no one could go to the games,
Oh,
push me out. Why don't you?
Well, with
Oh.
the commission in the house, the
That's
Bears
karma.
stadium. The Bears stadium announcement is expected for Northwest Indiana proposal is going to be coming soon. And the Bears also
Never
promoted
did.
Jeff King to the assistant GM role.
ooh,
What that?
The Bears promoted Jeff King to the assistant GM over in Chicago.
hold on. I got something for that.
There is a new king.
League business.
There is a new king.
Why is it cutting off?
There is a new king.
Weird.
Now, Forbes just recently valued the
Could be the
Rams.
double clicking thing.
Right? I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Hold on, let me try it again. Oh, yeah, look at that.
There is a new king.
Weird. Okay, I got it that time.
Now, the Los Angeles Rams were valued at $10.5 billion,
Hold on. You'll never believe this. 'Cause
just
then-
behind the
Hold
Dallas
on.
Cowboys.
Because then, like clockwork, there's also a female. She always does her little power walks in the morning. And she walks by right now. And it's a double clicking thing, which, you know what I mean? Could be taken a different way. She was on the phone, though. The time is this God just laughing like this?
You just gotta have like a ring camera, and when people pass by, it picks up like you saying something out of context and then them reacting.
Real talk,
Whole
because
show about
no,
it.
because think about this. It's a sunny day, so I have my garage full open, right? And like, my garage is nice and neat these days. So it's just me in this corner with my desk or my table, and then I got bones here. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then, of course I got the laptop out, but I'm just on my phone, so it looks like I'm on my laptop, just so like no one thinks I'm extra crazy when they walk by, and I'm just yelling.
You just have the fake set up to make it look.
This guy, he sits there. He's the crazy guy on the block.
Now,
Yells out inappropriate shit when you walk by, like little weird innuendos. If you just read into it.
That's hilarious. I love that.
Now-
fake setup.
Forbes came out with their
It's like
list.
clockwork. If I see him every day, they see me. They're like, this guy.
Now,
Okay.
Forbes
Every day.
came out with their list this morning of the valued franchise, and the Rams came in at number 2 at $10.5 billion, just behind the Dallas Cowboys.
That's weird. How do they do that without any fans?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's all.
I mean, well, I thought about this. It's definitely the TV contract still, and now with the platforms like Netflix and others, they're selling off individual games and rights to games or to rights to exclusively broadcast games, right?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what I mean? There's
Everybody in LA who's like, I'm not going to the game because of the stupid traffic.
Yeah. Now,
and that's why some of these international games have actually had quality teams traveling around versus like, oh, let's send the Browns to Europe to play the Jets. You know what I mean? Like
the Browns don't deserve a European vacation.
Hey, they don't even send the Browns ever, huh?
You send the Browns to Latin America, bro, or
You ain't lying.
Calvin Johnson is expanding his marijuana dispensaries to help former players.
That's why
I'm on record. I got to smoke a joint with Calvin Johnson and me, Hess, and Calvin Johnson, and then everyone flooded into the room. And it's because that was the whole thing, is he doesn't like smoking in front of people. You know what I mean? He's very discreet. So it was just cool that I was with Hess. Hey, we're gonna go smoke with Megatron.
Well, Ricky Williams.
Shout out to Megatron, man.
Well,
Ricky Williams.
I got a video of us.
Ricky Williams says he estimates 70% of the NFL uses cannabis.
Come on, man. Shout out to Ricky too.
I estimate that Ricky Williams is probably correct.
And
I estimate Ricky was high more than 70% of the time when he was in the NFL.
And the Dolphins in 2026 are projected to have a win total of 4.5.
You know what's crazy is I'm the person that will argue marijuana usage for these players is a performance enhancing drug, bro.
Yeah, you don't have to take pills for your pain after the fact. It helps you relax, de-stress your body. I think it helps with recovery. Now, if you're
in a good way, like performance enhancing in a good way.
In a good way. Like it helps you relax. But at the same time, it's like detrimental for like your lungs and all these other things. So I don't see why the NFL for all these years were thinking it's like some sort of performance enhancer or whatever. Like they don't ban dudes for fucking binge.
I mean, I bet you if you're a quarterback and you're locked in like hella high, you just
the game slows down for some people. Like I'm the opposite. I can't perform like on those kinds of substances. I had friends who'd be like, I got into like flow state, like I'm in a zone, I couldn't miss a shot. Like that shit never happened to me. I was getting tired, my coordination was all stupid, I was goofy. So I would wait till after the fact, but I use it more as like recovery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sore as hell. I need to go to sleep because I'm amped up because I took a bunch of pregame drinks or whatever and stuff like that.
Smelling salt.
Aid in recovery. Night before games, definitely. Cheaping all day, getting to bed early, getting a good night's rest. So rest is a big part of the recovery process, in my opinion.
That's a fact.
It helps you relax and relax more than cannabis.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Thinking about it too, because like I'm just saying, man. Look at what's that? Flash Gordon, man, 1,400 yards with Shanahan and Brian Hoyer throwing the ball.
Well, we were speaking about the TV deals. They say the next wave of NFL TV deals is expected to shatter records.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get into now you're getting into the tens of billions. Because like the last time around, it's gonna be like 6 billion or 7 billion every time they add a week. Every time because think about that. How many games is played on a week of football? Like if there's no one on a bye week, right? It's a lot.
Yeah,
right?
Quite a bit.
So now when you start adding more, of course, especially during the end of the year when all the teams are playing now and they already went through all their bye weeks, those extra weeks, that's why it's inevitable that it gets to 18 weeks, because then that'll be a 20-week season, because then now you're going to 2 bye weeks per team. And you're adding like tens of billions per week now. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Right. When we talk about the magnitude of what and that's what's crazy. Like billions used to be like in the 90s, he's like a billionaire. Oh shit, this guy's a billionaire. It's like insane. Like $100 million oil tycoons were like already crazy wealthy back then. But see, now it's like that's like nothing compared to you know what I mean? the type of money that they're playing with these days, bro. They're playing with some crazy money. Like, think about organizations. There's some organizations that are only worth like $4 or $5 billion, right? But look at the deals that they're striking though for all 32 teams to be broadcasted. They're getting like, you know what I mean? Shit, 20, 30, $50 billion on this go around. Anywhere from 30 to 50 billion more than the last go around. That's insane.
It is, but we shall see. But as for the news, that's all I got.
Yeah.
These sound effects be killing me.
Here in the streets, everybody.
I make my own drop.
It's like the gun and the wink. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But, oh yeah, and I think we still have but maybe a couple hours left. But maybe on the current Neon Peacock, the flash sale.
Actually, I think it just ended like 39 minutes ago. I should have said something about it.
Probably should. I know. I just thought of that right now. Probably should open up the show with that.
Yeah,
I probably should have bought a shirt my damn self.
There's a good chance though. Usually when these flash sales happen, that like they'll drop an extended day or whatever.
Okay,
I'll let everybody know, or just go back to the website, check it out. Of course, if you guys need anything done, just hit me up the DM with a shirt. I haven't done a design drop in a while because I've been working on the comic book and doing some other things for our friend Nelly and his albums out there in the West Coast. But
man, shout out to Nelly Nell.
Always down to do some other work.
Yeah. Because I'm also kind of trying to figure out what I'm like. Okay, I'm gonna find a sweet spot. Pause whenever you know what I mean, between time, because get this Metatron shit going. You know what I mean? But I'm in no particular rush. I every year I drop something on 420, so I'm like, you know what? Metatron's going on 420 now. Gives me I don't have the extra rush, and maybe we get some. You know, I'm gonna try to get some kind of visual out for one of them songs too.
Yeah. Change it up a little bit.
Yeah, like I might like shoot something and like send you the footage.
Zoned in on the comic stuff, so it's cool to take a break from different things.
Yeah, because we're at March. Yeah, we got plenty of time.
We're 220 today, February 20th. Son's birthday.
Yeah, we're a week away from March, right? And crazy. You ever met anybody on a leap day birthday? I knew one person.
I don't know anybody. I know the people that are close, like a day off.
Yeah, I knew one person. I wonder where he's at these days.
Last
Last time I knew him, he was probably like 5.
He's I was gonna say only 13.
Yeah, because we were like 20.
Turn that championship.
Yeah, I can't remember how he used to celebrate too.
That's half a lifetime ago, bro.
I know, right? I was just thinking about that right now. Like, damn, last time I saw him, like we were going like clubbing and shit. God, remember clubbing
this year?
Hey, man, it's awesome on this side.
Why not us? Why not us?
You've been prepping yourself this whole time, and you don't know it.
No, I'm super
examples. Here's some examples. Do you ever find yourself? Do you find yourself saying the music in the '90s was better?
I'm gonna rent out the entire roller rink for my birthday, I think.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
You're early April, huh?
Yeah.
Sick. Okay.
Tyreek Hill, nothing happening there. Let's see what other news. Isaiah Pacheco likely to sign elsewhere.
All right. He still got some juice.
I think so. Once he's fully, probably like the second half of next season, right? Might see him pick up some if he catches on.
I think you're right there, yeah.
Yeah, because he got hurt again, right?
Yep.
This past year.
Yeah, because they rushed him back, I think.
He came back the same season that they lost the Super Bowl. Remember, he had like a fractured. Oh no, he broke his tibia. The fibula. There you go.
It's all Patrick Mahomes' fault.
That's right. and then he went on and killed Rice.
Mahomes threw a pick, then he went to go to try to tackle the dude, and he injured Rice.
See, that's what happens when you backstab Mahomes, huh? I run this shit.
Man, that pissed me off. I had Mahomes and Rice in one league, and I had Rice in another, and he was starting to tear it up. I was like, yes, excellent. And then I hung on to him. Then I hung on to him forever.
He was on fire. I'm trying to buy Rice in a bunch of spots right now.
Was it Rice or was that Pacheco that he did that too?
Shout out to my man Silky Johnson. I've been nice guys. I'm trying to send him Bucky. Well, I'm starting with Jacobs because I'm just trying to see. Like, let's see. You know what I mean? See where this takes us. Here's Jacobs, and let me see if I can go ahead and get Rice about it. Pause. Then I'm willing to go to Bucky. Because then I think Bucky might actually get the conversation going. But I'll dress up. He's a Chicago Bears fan. I might throw Money Gang and Jacobs to get a Rice because it feels like an overpay. But I do have like a good amount of running backs there. So I might be able to do that. I need to buy another receiver. I made a mistake in trading JSN and not Away for the World before he blew up last year. I know it was like London and a bunch of bullshit. I'm mad at myself. I was still one of the best teams. Oh, I'm so mad. I hate Sam Darnold. That one I didn't mean to say out loud. It's just, but I'm glad I did it. I hate him.
You feel better.
Terror, one into my house. I hate storybook stories that aren't in my favor.
I mean, even though it was, I was like, I don't know.
It was a really shitty Super Bowl if you weren't a Seahawks fan or like a Bills, or even just a division of a fan of anyone in the East for the AFC.
Yeah,
or just anyone, or the generations of fans who just hate the Patriots and don't ever.
Let me give a shout out to Myles Garrett for he gave his woman a ring at the Olympics. He's an engaged man.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
What's her face? Kim, the snowboarder.
Chloe Kim, the snowboarder.
Oh, that's cool. She's an Olympian.
Yeah.
That's
He
badass.
did it right after she finished her race and dropped to his knees.
Interesting. Oh. Hey, you know what I mean? He got listen, they're set for life. He's probably the happiest guy who plays for the Browns.
He says it all the time. It doesn't matter how they do.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck, I'm getting 40. You know what I mean? I know my worth. Getting paid. He's getting paid his worth and then some for what he does on the field. But then also he's this record setter now. And like, I wonder if now he starts saying, look, get me up out of here. You know what I mean? Because he's also been really quiet until he wanted to get his money. And now it's really like, you just let it pay me. I want to stay here. It wasn't like, get me out of here. It was like, pay me.
All right. This just came out about 2 minutes ago. There have been no conversations between the Chiefs and free agent Tyreek Hill per Andy Reid. There's nothing happening here, and there may not be anything happening at all.
Yeah, they moved on from that.
Yeah.
They got Xavier Worthy. Here's the thing. Tyreek in his prime is, you know what I mean? He's Xavier Worthy right now is probably as fast as Tyreek right now.
Oh, for sure.
Tyreek in his prime was 4.2. You know what I mean? That he was no one was like the cheetah. So you know what I mean? Like,
no.
I think for what they're trying to do, they already got that with Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown. They'll probably retain Hollywood Brown before they would bring Tyreek at this point.
I think you're right there on that. Yes.
Yeah. Not the greatest human being, allegedly. You know, a lot of things too. That doesn't really help your cause either. There's gonna be teams that'll overlook that though. I totally see any of the other Chiefs, the AFC West, any of those teams as a landing spot for me for Tyreek, just based on like him trying to spite them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strong correlation with your Mike McDaniels over there.
Yeah.
That's a real legit landing spot, and that would be awesome. Just someone to routinely stretch the field, like,
or potentially whenever he plays, it would be the end of the year.
and I don't know why. Listen, I don't know why you don't want QJ, but like maybe you don't want to pay him that type of money, but he's gonna get.
I'm not saying I want to see what he does this year in this offense. That's what I really.
You don't have to pay him this year because
Broncos.
he is a first round guy.
Yeah.
So is this year 4 right here?
This would be going into 4. Yes.
Okay. QJ, that's funny, because he was like that first year and went, whoa, no, you probably
he hit that rookie wall.
Nothing in Dynasty.
No.
Yeah, man. I think that'll do it. We can go ahead and put a bow on this one. Yep. Nice and it's nice and sunny out here. It's been raining like crazy. You know what I mean? So
Watch out for those mosquitoes now.
Yeah.
no, you ain't lying. I got them sprays.
That's
Or not
if
the
there's
spray, I
standing
have
water,
it.
go get your hands on some of those donuts. If there's standing water or a ditch goes in that ditch, they kill all the eggs.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I made a point to have all. I don't have any real vegetation in my backyard. It's all
Oh
artificial.
yeah, it's nice. I like that. It's a good touch.
Right.
I cleaned out everything in my alley,
Word.
but you know,
Yeah,
my
I do
neighbors
want
still
real.
have
I
nice
want real
landscaping.
vegetation for the house, though. I want to get like
All my neighbors have great landscaping, but I took out like most of the palm trees around the area too. Like they were just old, and I was scared of like big
fire
palms.
hazards too.
No big palms, yeah, falling and hitting vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Those things are they don't look good after they're like 30, 40 years old.
They were already getting there. One of them was even like rotted away in my backyard. I had to have it fully removed, like the stump and all. But the
Oh, I
ones-
think I remember that. I think you
Yeah,
might have
the-
like a
the
little
ones
like
in the
some
front,
footage of it.
those were cut down, and there was like a little stump or whatever. But the neighbor took care of those.
Oh, that's badass. He has the equipment.
Well, like they were, I don't know. He got somebody to do it, right? Like I can actually see it on my ring where they used to be. Let's see if I can pull that up. There you go. So, there used to be a bunch of trees up here, and it was impeding when I leave my drive. Right there where those stumps are.
Yeah.
It's that light pole. And then there was a tree right here where there's a space, and it was all rotted and ugly, and it was messing everything up. So I cut that one, and now I can see my neighbor next door, like when they pull up or they're doing something. Shady.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the line of sight is clear now.
But they cut down 3 of those palm trees that were up there. And then I cut down the tree that was on the other side, and that thing was like dead and like going into the street and dropping stuff. So, anyways.
Yeah, I grew up with one of my neighbors had a bunch of them joints, and it would just be all in our backyard and shit. And it'd be like
Yeah,
these
that's
little, they're like
backyard.
shards of bark, like the way they shed.
Yeah, and then they fall from super high up, and those things look small from far away, and then they land and they're gigantic.
For real. Hey, that shit is crazy though, because them motherfuckers, when I would go to Hawaii and I go to the little luau's, and they go get the coconuts at the top, them motherfuckers will run right up them joints, all the way up to the motherfuckers. I guess that's a coconut tree.
Yeah, well, I showed you guys that video, like when I'm driving home along the park, it's just like 40 palm trees in a row or whatever. The city goes out there and cleans those and maintains them.
Those were transplanted too, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Transplants.
They were put there in the 70s or whenever. Those motherfuckers are, I don't know, 3-4 stories.
Well, they wanted to make it look like it was tropical.
Well, it is
Like,
tropical.
oh, look, it's really hot.
In the area. There's a lot of palm trees down here naturally. You know, we're from here to the beach. That's all along the coast and stuff too. So crazy. You think Florida palm trees, but Texas coastline has quite a bit.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. Right? I was like, oh shit, I never thought of that. I'm thinking Texas. I keep forgetting it's South Texas. Where it's
The
nice.
church there's cities around here called Palmhurst, Palmview. My church is called Palm Valley Church. So
Oh shit.
yeah. Down here, like when you're coming in from up north, once you get down past the checkpoint, you start seeing palm trees along the highway, and you're like, okay, we're in the
Yeah, we're getting close to the water.
the Valley of Palms, or like back home here in the Rio Grande Valley next to the beach. So yeah, because like Galveston and Houston have their beaches. Corpus Christi has their beach, but nothing's like South Padre Island down here where we're at. And then of course you go a little further south and you get like the Mexico beaches, which are just super dope. People travel out there and internationally to vacation.
That's got to be one of the GWN drafts. If we don't do Vegas, we got to go down there.
Yeah, man, I have a cool little Airbnb that I like to rent occasionally, so we could chill out there. That'd be pretty.
That would be badass.
It's a pretty good little spot, man. And yeah, the water's nice. The food's great. People are a little more relaxed out there. You could definitely blow some tree and just be a little careful, right? Not just be all, but
Yeah.
people do it all the time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, exactly. No, yeah. If ever anybody's here or around the area, can definitely show them what's up. Like it's different. He's like in a whole other country. Really, it's a different part of Texas. He's like in the concrete jungle of Dallas Fort Worth. It's like,
Yup.
it's
That is kind of crazy. Like city.
Yeah, super duper city.
City slicker.
And then Dallas Fort Worth is, in my opinion, like completely different from Houston. It's just Houston's, even though it's
okay. I'm an idiot. In the attempts to become a genius, I ask these dumb questions, right? Like, so in Dallas, it's like, what businesses are over there? Like, it's got to be the hub for like something, right? Like, like Austin's becoming like one of the hubs for like tech shit. You know what I mean?
right.
What's in Dallas? Like,
not too sure, man. It's a lot of landowners, businessmen, corporate.
Agricultural tycoons, probably too.
Probably so. That's my guess. Not too familiar with Dallas. I know I have like a lot of attorneys I deal with out there, and all those
There's
guys,
a lot of Japanese businessmen that are in.
all those guys still always wear a suit, and
Yeah.
like everybody else in Texas is like jeans and a sports coat and a cowboy hat. So it's really different vibes in Dallas. I think Dallas tries to be like New York, or
Like New
Chicago.
York.
Yeah, like
this-
the
Metropolitan.
corporate. Yeah. I did have a friend who lived out there, and he did computer programming. I used to go out.
So they got some tech shit out there.
Yeah, I used to go out there and visit him. He worked for Dell.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think like anybody else or other times really, but I'm not too super familiar with Dallas. It's super far away from me, to be honest.
It's all like small businesses in Dallas. And
I feel like they wear business suits and then they cap it off with like a 5-gallon cowboy hat.
The tall one,
Yeah.
yeah. And then Houston, you have a whole mix of a bunch of stuff.
I've been to Houston. Houston's badass.
It's a giant melting pot. I feel like Houston's
The
just
only place I've ever been in Texas.
multicultural, big city. You get, you have your Asian section. You have
That's
your,
what I was about to say. I was running around on the Asian side.
yeah, you have your. Turns out my homeboy Miles from my church is Filipino. I was like, I knew it in my head. I didn't
Oh,
want to say it.
shit.
I thought he was like maybe like Chinese American, maybe, or like
Yeah, he one of the light-skinned Oriental looking.
or Mexican, or he looked Mexican, like
Oh,
he looks,
okay.
who he looks like? He
Like a
looks
mestizo.
cartoon. He looks like the cartoon, the main dude from Invincible, Mark. He looks like the real life version. I'll show you a picture.
I think the AT&T corporate center is in Dallas too. I'm not too sure.
There you go. Yeah,
Then you
they
got
have, like, the big-
Southwest Airlines headquarters are in Dallas. I know that.
Yeah, the Dallas headquarters, a lot of big business corporations.
And I think because I used to live in Plano, and they had the big Co-America Bank. All the banks are in Dallas. That's a lot of down there. Is it the banks?
Makes a lot of sense. And then Bake said he has family in Corpus. That's dope, man. Yeah, I have family in Aransas Pass, which is right next to Corpus. So we have family close to each other. Cool. And Corpus is
I got a bunch of folkers that migrated during like after 2020. They migrated towards to Austin because then they had
my
there was
cousin who
a
lives in
bunch of
Kyle.
city company. I mean, sister
She-
companies to a lot of
He
the
works
tech.
for Eclipse. No, I'm sorry. What's the name of that fucking company? It's not Eclipse. It's shit. I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, it's like a game development company, not Blizzard. She works on Fortnite. Whatever develops Fortnite. I forget.
One of the homies, Mark Price. He's also an artist. He's dope too. He hasn't really been active with the music in a minute, but he was one of the ones too. He's part of Head Nod. Shout out to Head Nod Music Group. Yeah, I mean HMNG, man. But yeah, he was one of the ones that migrated out there, and he would just send hella pictures of guns because he started collecting guns. He's like, yeah, I'm in Texas now. Like,
fuck yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, right. He was like, fuck it.
Get yourself a gun safe, go to a canal, or go join a bunch of people.
Exactly.
Like every
That's
weekend,
exactly what his picture was, to a gun safe with all his shit.
Yeah, there's hunting season, and then like every weekend there's a carne asada for some political guy, and they're doing clay shooting. So everybody has their guns and they're shooting and drinking and shit.
Oh, that's badass.
Trying to raise votes. That happen, and right now it's early voting, so it's happening.
The clay
everywhere.
shooting. What do they call that shit? The duck ones?
The clay discs.
Yeah, or even the little duck swan ones too. What do they call
I don't know. They usually do the little red disc.
Yeah, but the red disc. But what do they call it though? There's a.
It's clay shooting.
Okay, clay shooting. Yeah.
Hey, Bogey, Bakes had a question for you. What's up with Chase and the Nice Guys, Bogey?
I'm probably not gonna move him. That's my best receiver, and I'm depleted in picks, so it's difficult to move a Chase there. You know what I mean? I'm probably trying to acquire receivers actually over there, trying to figure out how to flip my running backs, and just kind of duke it out with what I got. Yeah, like even like my Mac Jones, I'm waiting for Mac Jones to land in a decent spot. I'm like, hey, I might flip Mac Jones. You know what I mean? Like everywhere I got him. If not, very usable. I hope he lands with the Vikings, because then he's hella usable. Get him with Kevin O'Connell and all the weapons. The guy who's just sling it, show JJ McCarthy how it's done. You sick, kid. But yeah, shit, man. But yeah, let's get up out of here.
Hope you both have a wonderful weekend. And to JD and to Kidda and the rest of the gang, enjoy your weekend. And everyone else, enjoy. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, everybody have an awesome weekend. You know what I mean, be safe for everyone that's having crazy weather. And yeah, man, you already know, wake your game up Tuesday. Let's go. NeonPeacockMerch.com. Forgot that one.
All right, Peacock, you have a wonderful weekend, buddy.
All right, man. We'll close it down.
Yeah.
I had a work call that I missed, and I was like, what the hell happened? My phone was on silent.
No, all good.
All right. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us for this week. We'll be back on Tuesday, obviously, with another Wake Your Game Up. But in the meantime, make sure you just keep your eyes peeled for any time we drop something. You never know.
Yeah. Peace.
All right. Appreciate everybody, man. Peace.
Peace.
Sky, I run a tight ship. Loose lips sink ships, run shit, dripping like a runny faucet. Let that sink in. Table full of bosses at the meeting, double crosses, and we gon' have to toss you off the deep end, baller blockers. They tryna block my shine, solar eclipse. I'm a mobster and a doctor. I prescribe your daily fix. From the tech mecca, we lit, we see chips. Bench presser pumping this weight, the bees flip. Don't let the tech stretch you, talking that shit get greenlit. Silly suckers tried to ride my wave, got seasick. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out eating. AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I'll tell you about that money off top, boy, gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody. Money is a religion, righteous cause for sinning, riding for the cause. We've been down from the beginning. 100 miles are running, all your mouths are running. If you ain't talking money, then you ain't saying nothing. Yeah, we finna ball like recess. Stash bands in the wall and the heat vents. Vacuum sealed so the smell don't seep in. I represent the underworld, this ain't no secret. Stay 10 toes down, both feet pressed. Duck the alphabet, boys, cover up my feet prints. They know my name, I'm heavy in this game. Knee deep in this thing, I ain't just get my feet wet. We way fresher so they got vendetta. So we keep stick with us, leave you with a leaky defense. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out in AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I'll tell you about that money off top, board, gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody.